India is a country that feels like 1,000 worlds in one. Here the air is filled with incense and the sound of temple bells, yet only a heartbeat away you hear the rush of city streets, a land of contrasts and colors, where history is carved in sandstone forts and faith drifts like prayer on the Ganges. Join me as we wander through 11 of the most beautiful places in India, each a story waiting to be remembered. Because here, travel is not just movement, it is memory, spirit, it is life itself. So if this journey stirs something within you, don't forget to subscribe. Your journey into the heart of India begins now. 1. Agra. Agra does not rush to greet you. It waits like a page turned slowly in the book of history. Along the quiet banks of the Yamuna River rises the Taj Mahal, India's most whispered symbol of love. Its marble glows pale at dawn, golden by dusk, as if the stone itself changes mood with the sky. Built by Emperor Shah Jahan for his beloved Mumtaz Mahal, it is more than a mausoleum. It is love carved into eternity by 20,000 hands. "20 kilometers west lies Fatehpur Sikri Akbar, the Great's abandoned capital, an entire ghost city of red sandstone, where you can still hear echoes of court musicians in the Diwan-e-Khas. Built in triumph, abandoned for lack of water, it remains frozen in Mughal splendor like a royal Pompeii. But Agra does not live in the shadow of a monument alone. The Agra Fort, a vast citadel of red sandstone, tells stories of power and loss. Then there is Mehtab Bagh, the moonlight garden. Beyond stone and garden, Agra offers flavors of its Mughal heart, fragrant curries simmered with spice and pitha, a translucent sweet that dissolves on the tongue like sugar glass. Agra City, where love became architecture and where even silence carries the weight of centuries. Two, Ladakh. At 11,500 feet above sea level, Ladakh doesn't just greet you, it punches the oxygen from your lungs and rewrites your definition of high. This is India's Little Tibet, a moonscape wedged between Pakistan and China, where the air is so thin that every breath feels borrowed. Here, the air is thin, the light almost otherworldly, and every horizon seems to dissolve into blue. At its heart lies Leh, a town perched high above sea level, where whitewashed houses cling to the slopes and the 17th century Leh Palace stands, a reminder of kings who once ruled this mountain realm. Today, its empty halls whisper stories of caravans and conquest. That soul is steeped in Buddhism. Monasteries crown the hilltops, Hemis Thiksi, Lamayuru fortresses of faith, where time slows to the rhythm of prayer, wheels, and the low hum of chanting monks. Beyond the monasteries, nature commands its own reverence. Pangong Lake shimmers in impossible shades of turquoise, shifting with the light. Nubra Valley opens into a high desert where sand dunes ripple against a backdrop of snow peaks, and Bactrian camels trace routes once traveled by caravans of the Silk Road. Ladakh is a place where Buddhist wisdom meets extreme geography, where enlightenment requires acclimatization, and paradise demands that you earn every breath. Three, Varanasi. The sun hasn't risen yet, but Varanasi is already breathing a slow, ancient rhythm that has pulsed along the Ganges for over 3,000 years. It is said to be one of the oldest living cities in the world, where every sunrise is a prayer and every sunset a farewell. At dawn, pilgrims descend the stone ghats, dipping into the holy river as the first light spills across the water. Bells ring, conch shells echo, and the Ganges glitters with ritual. Here, a newborn receives her first blessing in the same waters where 50 meters downstream, funeral pyres burn through the night. By evening, the same steps become a stage for the Ganga Aarti, priests lifting lamps in graceful arcs, thousands of flames mirrored on the water chants, rising like smoke into the night sky. Here, the boundaries of existence blur. For many, it is the ultimate pilgrimage to end life in Varanasi, where death is not an ending, but a passage. For visitors, the sight can be unsettling, yet within it lies a profound peace, a reminder that everything belongs to the same cycle of return. Varanasi is also a city of temples and winding alleys where saffron-clad sadhus sit in meditation and incense drifts from shrines tucked into corners. Walk the maze-like alleys behind the waterfront, and you'll discover why Mark Twain called Varanasi older than history, older than tradition, older even than legend. Four, Hampi time hasn't stopped in Hampi. It's been shattered into a million fragments, scattered across boulder fields where monkey gods once walked among kings. Nestled in Karnataka, along the quiet Tungabhadra River, it is a city of ruins and whispers, where boulders rise like forgotten giants and banana groves soften the edges of an ancient empire. Once the proud capital of the Vijayanagara dynasty, Hampi is now an open-air museum where every pillar and carving holds a story waiting to be told. The Virupaksha temple anchors the city's soul, Its towering gopuram rises skyward, a beacon of devotion that has drawn pilgrims for centuries. Step inside, and the air thickens with incense and prayer, while intricate carvings guide your eyes upward, reminding you that the divine was always written in stone here. Around it lie the remnants of the royal enclosure, the Queen's Bath, ornate with arches and balconies, the Lotus Mahal, graceful and delicate, and the audience halls where emperors once presided over a thriving kingdom. As sunset falls, Hampi transforms. The boulders burn gold, the temples cast long shadows, and the silence deepens until only the river's murmur remains. It is in that stillness that Hampi reveals its truth. Glory may fade, empires may crumble, but beauty endures in the stones that remain. Five. Delhi is not one city, but many layered like pages of a manuscript written across 2.5 millennia. "20 million souls pulse through streets that have witnessed 2,500 years of empire conquest and reinvention. Step through the gates of the Red Fort and you walk into the 17th century, where Mughal emperors once held court beneath red sandstone walls glowing at sunset. Nearby Humayun's tomb, ash rises from its gardens like a prelude to the Taj Mahal, a place where geometry and serenity meet in perfect balance. But Delhi is not only about stillness. In Old Delhi, Chandni Chowk unravels in a riot of spice silk and voices. The Jama Masjid, India's largest mosque, towers above the chaos, offering quiet to those who climb its steps and look out over the city's restless heartbeat. Cross into New Delhi, and the rhythm changes. Wide boulevards and colonial-era buildings stand beside modern glass towers, reminders that Delhi is both an ancient capital and a living, growing metropolis. Gardens like Lodi's provide pockets of calm, where the past lingers in crumbling tombs shaded by banyan trees. To walk through Delhi is to accept its contrasts, the old and the new, the sacred and the everyday. It is a city that never slows, always invites you to pause, to listen, and to find your own reflection in its ceaseless tide of history. 6. Kerala. The morning mist clings to Kerala's spice-scented hills like secrets the mountains refuse to tell. Nestled along India's southwestern coast, it is called God's own country. And when you arrive, you understand why. Here the land seems painted in endless shades of green, coconut palms swaying above golden beaches, tea plantations rolling over misty hills, and backwaters winding like quiet veins through the heart of the countryside. Step onto a houseboat in Aleppi or Kumarakom, and life slows to the rhythm of water. These waterways' lifelines for centuries carry not only trade, but the gentle stories of daily life. Climb higher into the Western Ghats, and the air changes cooler, scented with cardamom and cloves. In Munnar, tea plantations ripple across the hills as if time itself has been laid out in careful rows. And when the day fades, the beaches of Kovalam or Varkala catch the last light waves whispering palms, silhouetted against a sky of fading gold. Kerala leaves you not with noise. It teaches you to slow down and taste it. One coconut, one sunset, one perfectly spiced curry at a time. Seven. Jaipur. Jaipur, the pink city, greets you like a dream painted in sandstone. This is Rajasthan's capital, a city of palaces and forts, where grandeur and tradition live side by side. High above the city, the Amber Fort rises from the hillside like a golden crown. Built in the late 16th century, its courtyards and mirrored halls shimmer with echoes of royal processions and whispered intrigue. From its ramparts, the view stretches across Maota Lake and the rugged hills beyond, a reminder of the city's proud watch over centuries. In the heart of Jaipur stands the city palace, a living monument where ornate courtyards and quiet gardens reveal the elegance of a royal past. Nearby, the Hawa Mahal, or Palace of Winds, unfolds its delicate facade, a lattice of pink sandstone windows, once used by queens to watch the bustle of the streets unseen. But Jaipur's real crown jewel sits outside the city walls. Its bazaars hum with color, bright fabrics, glittering jewelry, the scent of spices in the air. Jaipur is the gateway to Rajasthan's deserts and stories, a place where every wall blushes with history. To walk here is to step into a living tapestry, one woven with royalty romance and the enduring spirit of a city that still shines pink against the desert sky. Eight. Jaisalmer, deep in the Thar Desert, where the sun bakes sand into liquid gold. Jaisalmer rises from the dunes like a mirage that refuses to fade. A city carved entirely from honey-colored sandstone that seems to pulse with its own inner fire. At the center stands Jaisalmer Fort, known as Sonar Quila, the Golden Fort. Step through its gates and you wander into a world where history is not preserved behind glass, but lives every day. The entire city appears hewn from a single massive amber jewel, its ramparts and palaces shifting from pale gold at dawn to deep burnished copper by sunset. Unlike Europe's sterile castle ruins, this UNESCO site thrums with life. Families still inhabit its 12th century walls, children chase through medieval alleyways, and shopkeepers hawk spices where Rajput warriors once sharpened swords. It's one of the world's last living forts where history isn't preserved behind glass, but continues unfolding in narrow lanes that haven't changed in 800 years. Scattered through the city are the Haveli mansions of wealthy merchants, Patwan ki Haveli, Nathmal ki Haveli, masterpieces of stone carved with lace-like precision. And beyond the city, the desert stretches to the horizon. At the Sam Sand dunes, camels sway across the twilight, their shadows long against the rolling sands. Folk musicians sing, by firelight dancers spin beneath the stars, and the silence of the desert wraps you in its vast embrace. Nine, Udaipur. Udaipur, the city of lakes, glimmers like a pearl at the edge of Rajasthan's desert. Here, water softens stone, and palaces rise like mirages from the still surface of the lakes. The city palace dominates the skyline, an elegant sprawl of balconies, arches, and courtyards that tell stories of kings and queens. From its terraces, the whole of Udaipur seems to unfold like a painting framed by the Aravalli Hills. Lake Pichola stretches before you like a liquid mirror, cradling the ethereal lake palace on its surface. James Bond chose it as his villain's lair in Octopussy, but no fictional drama could match the real romance of dining here as the sun melts into Rajasthan's desert horizon. Everywhere in Udaipur, the lakes shape life. Jag, Mandir, another island palace, feels like a secret kept in stone. Sunset boat rides on Lake Pichola transform the city into a reflection of light. Temples, ghats, and palaces doubled in the rippling surface. Wind through the old bazaars where silver jewelry catches lamplight like stars, and incense mingles with the calls of peacocks from Sahelion Kibari, the Garden of Maidens. Here, 48 fountains once entertained royal women. With their musical splash, each droplet a note in Udaipur's eternal song. Gujarat. Gujarat is a land where history and heritage meet the horizon. Resting along India's western coast, it is a state of contrasts, deserts that turn white under the moon, stepwells carved like lace in stone temples, glowing with the first light of dawn, and cities alive with modern energy. To walk through Gujarat is to wander across centuries, each corner offering a different voice of India's story. The state's spirit is perhaps most alive during Navaratri, when villages and cities alike sway to the rhythm of Garba and Dandiya Ras. Step into the Rann of Kutch during full moon and you'll imagine you've landed on another planet. The white salt desert stretches beyond comprehension, transforming into a mirror of stars when winter floods arrive. Here, artisans in remote villages create mirror work so intricate it takes months to complete a single piece, their fingers moving with precision, passed down through 20 generations. Gujarat is a pride in the present, the Statue of Unity rising higher than any monument in the world, the wild heart of Gir Forest sheltering the last Asiatic lions, and Ahmedabad, India's first UNESCO World Heritage City, where tradition and modernity meet in every street. Meghalaya. Meghalaya is a land where earth and sky meet in a dance of rain and mist. Known as the abode of clouds, this northeastern state is shaped by lush green hills, endless waterfalls, and traditions that flow as deeply as its rivers. When the monsoon arrives, the land awakens, cascades thunder down, cliffs, valleys turn emerald, and the air itself feels alive with renewal. Among Meghalaya's most remarkable treasures are the living root bridges. In Cherrapunji and Molinong, the Khasi people have guided the roots of rubber trees across streams for generations, creating bridges that are as strong as they are beautiful. Cherrapunji holds Earth's rainfall record, 26 feet in a single year. When those clouds break, the landscape explodes into liquid silver. Nokkalikai Falls, India's tallest plunge, thunders 100 feet into turquoise pools, while Seven Sisters Falls creates a bridal veil of water so vast it seems the sky itself is weeping with joy. Shillong, the state's capital, is often called the Scotland of the East, with rolling hills, tranquil lakes, and colonial echoes in its streets. Here, stories and spirits dwell among giant trees, and every leaf carries the weight of belief. We've traveled through a land of 1,000 worlds, from sandstone forts to tranquil riverbanks. This journey showed us that the heart of India is found not just in its vibrant colors, but in the history that lingers and the faith that drifts on the wind. If this video inspired you, be sure to leave a comment and subscribe for more adventures.